Good evening, class. This is Mrs. Albright, and tonight we are working on Module 3, Lesson 31. And our objective this evening is to interpret word problems as either number of groups unknown or the group size unknown. So make sure you have a piece of scratch paper or a whiteboard with you so we can work together through the lesson, and let's get started. So this lesson is going to be all about how to draw tape diagrams to help us understand what the word problem is asking us to do. So this story problem says 1,624 shirts need to be sorted into 4 equal groups. How many shirts will be in each group? So the question that we're practicing tonight is to determine, is the size of the group unknown or the number of groups unknown? And there are different ways we draw tape diagrams to match that. For this one, I'm going to start with my large tape diagram, and I know that the total number of shirts is 1,624. This is a problem where they tell me that they are divided into 4 equal groups. So I can divide this tape diagram into 4 equal groups. Now the number in each group is the mystery. That's what we're trying to figure out. And I can use division to do that. So 1,624 divided into 4 equal groups. So do the division, figure it out, and tell me how many shirts will be in each group. This story problem reads 500 milliliters of juice was shared equally by 4 children. How much juice did each child get? Again, to solve this problem, I can start by drawing my tape diagram. I know that the total amount of juice was 500 milliliters. Now, do I know how many groups there are or the amount in each group? Once I determine that it is the number of groups, because it says right here there are 4, it was shared by 4 children, I can again divide that into the 4 equal groups. And the amount in each group is the mystery. So 500 divided into 4 equal groups, you tell me how many milliliters of juice each child got. Our last sample problem is about Kelly. It says she separated 618 cookies into baggies. Each baggie contained 3 cookies. How many bags of cookies did Kelly make? So ask yourself, do we know how many groups there are, or do we know the amount in each group? In this case, we know the amount in each group. We know that each group contains 3 cookies. So we're going to draw this tape diagram a little bit differently. I'm still going to draw my big long bar. I know that my total is 618, and I know that one group has 3 cookies in it. Now, I don't know how many groups to divide this into. So I'm just going to say the number of groups is my mystery. How many groups of 3 can I make if I have 618? So 618 divided by 3. And that should tell you how many bags of cookies Kelly can make. The next question I have is, are there any cookies left over? And if there are, how many more cookies would Kelly need to fill an additional bag? This is your quiz problem. It says Jeff biked the same distance each day for 5 days. If he traveled 350 miles altogether, how many miles did he travel each day? So the first thing to think about when approaching this problem is to ask yourself, do we know the size or the amount in each group, or do we know how many groups there are, and we're trying to figure out the size of each group? Once we determine that, we can draw a tape diagram to model the problem. I'm going to draw 2 different versions, and you will tell me which one correctly models the problem. This one says that we have 350. Here I'm going to draw another tape diagram. I'm going to label this one A and this one B. and you tell me which tape diagram correctly models the story problem that we are trying to solve. A or B? And finally, I want you to do the calculation to solve the problem and answer the question. How many miles did he travel each day? Please bring any questions you have back to class. We will continue practicing these types of problems tomorrow, and I hope you have a great night.